Good morning, everyone. Oh, video's coming. Hold on. Hold your horses. Oh, here we go again. That is so annoying. Test. There we go. Okay. All should be good now. All should be good. Yeah, this is a little bit of a low probability trade, obviously. I do think it's just a very short, a very small trade. It's just a paper trade. Just want to see if it works in the macro. I don't expect too much of the move because we got a new 2 o'clock price coming. I do think we might want to go a little bit lower and then go higher. Let's see. Just want to see how much the macro runs. Where am I? Yeah. Just want to see how many points it can give me. It's just a demo trade. Let's see if we can get to this volume imbalance in this macro. Let's see. Yeah. Like the daily, yesterday. Here. I'm still bullish higher time frame, but we could easily go back into this wick again. But yeah, I just want to see if how many points I get from this in this macro, in this run. Let me see. I think I might shoot it here. What time is it? 4 o'clock. 4 minutes. Pam, 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 pam. What do you want to do, my love? What do you want to do? Reject it here, exactly here. But then we went down to this wick. Yeah, the 4 hour looks ugly. We have a version retesting the to version. We're just going to consolidate to right. Lower. Yeah. Obviously, we have the ultimatum today, so I don't think it's going to be very. I think we're going to be range bound today until it's more clarity. But I still like this volume imbalance here. I mean, it's very hard for me to let go of this monthly volume imbalance. It's this one right over here. Now we rejected here a little bit, but I think that was just yesterday's manipulation. Yeah. See the weekly looks like it wants to expand. If I look at the weekly, I see expansion. I see it wants to go in here. So that's why my weekly objective is here. I cannot see this go. I can see this manipulate into this candle, but I can't. I just don't see it will leave this now without expanding a little bit higher. But it's tricky. So you see, we almost inverted this as well. So yeah, I'm just watching this. The 150. This is a demo trade. I haven't even opened my account yet. I'm just watching how we are behaving in this macro. We're opening up in a few minutes, or in now, exactly now. So I think it might just scoop up and then be done. Let's see. Or it's already done. Let's see what it wants to do. We are around midnight, so it needs to break out of, it needs to break away from midnight at some point. You want to see manipulation? Hoping it's going to be to the upside. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we get some clarity. It's a bit indecisive. We're in an indecisive area. As you can see, we have accumulation here as well. So we're on the other side of the curve. Sort of like can happen. FVG. Okay, we went into the 15-minute, but is it done? Does it want to go to the downside? Asia, hi Asia. Okay, so we got a range here. We're in between Asia. Sorry, guys. Ooh. Hey, LON, how are you doing? Okay, technically we already hit 0.5, so we could be going down, right? So I'm not interested in this trade. I just want to look how this macro is behaving. I still favor the upside a little bit, but it's really low probability. This is a little bit of a gamble on my end. I'm favoring the upside, but we hit 0.5. I don't have a clear structure besides this fair value gap macro. This is just some macro trades. So I would still favor the upside though, but technically 0.5, I think it's still going to go up here. But sort of testing it. Because this is also always when you are around 0.5 and around midnight, you can expect some chop until it breaks out of it. I don't like the area. One can argue we hit a fair value gap, so it's going to go down. One can argue it can go to 702 to previous day EQ. Could retest this fair value gap. Yesterday's first presented. It could also just go down. But you can see in the macro already, it's not really, it's indecisive, right? It's hanging around midnight. So that's okay. It's telling me like, okay, just wait. Just don't get too excited for any move up or down. I have to throw my apple away. Oh, it's so cold here now, guys. It's getting the summer is almost getting to an end, so now it's raining, and it's like it's like already a little bit chilly. It's a big change. I don't like it. I like heat. I prefer humidity. So let's see what price is doing. I mean, look at the higher time frame here. It would be awesome if this inversion gets activated. I mean, then it's just a very easy. But until then, what you can see happening, as long as it, you can see here, it does not close over, and we could consolidate here for a while. But once this is activated, then the fun starts. Then the fun starts. But yeah. How you guys been doing? I also don't see a clear AMD yet. It's like, okay, this is the A, this is not the M. I'm just thinking we're still in the I think this is trend line liquidity. We're creating the high, A is swing high, then we might have another low and then maybe another leg into it, something like that. I don't think we're ready to move yet. The daily. What's the news today? What time? Let me open up my account just in case. Okay, I was looking at the news, by the way. Obviously, we have the 8 p.m. Ultimatum, right? So 8:15 weekly employment change is a yellow folder, and then 8:30 the durable goods, orange. That's it. So there's not really too much besides the ultimatum, I guess. So I would think like if they want to use that, right? So that would be it's 8 p.m. Eastern, if I'm correct. That means they want to. Then Asia could be the volatile. But I would think they might want to jag the prices up a little bit to bring it down and not to have too much impact. Or they're just going to bring it down already. So then everybody's going to think, oh my God, 8 o'clock. And then, he's going to shoot a few missiles. They're going to hit a few things and it's over and done with. And then the market's going to start rallying again. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there's no London news, no no red folders in London, just only orange, yellow, so not too much. We'll just wait. Wow. This move does tell me that it wants to go up, though. No, a little bit more. So let's. Okay, we started the 4-hour movement. Mm-hmm. Hello. Hello, Poppy. Oh, do I see a higher time frame invert? Let me see. What do I see here? What do I see? Oh, I like this. This is actually very bullish. Do we have reclaim fair value? Okay, I'm getting in again. Let's see. Interesting. I like it. I like it. Go back to the one. Let's see if this will function as a reclaimed. That means that's actually very interesting. I really like that, to be honest. But let's see if it wants to get into this little. This looks to me like a reclaimed, so it's very bullish to me at the moment. But yeah, but I want this area to be mitigated then, so that's the midpoint before maybe going higher. But I want it to be wick, not like Are you a reclaimed or not? Should I make it high? It's in the 15. One could also argue. Oh, are you? I know. I know what you want to do. Okay. Oh, I like it. Come on, give me another wick like this, and I might enter on my eval. It's not going here and then boom out of it. That's otherwise it's not valid. I should have my stop just below this because this invalidates it. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I want like a wick here and then boom out of it. That's if not, it will invalidate my trade very, very fast. Oh, I like that. I like that. You're still so still reclaiming this. Let's see if it stays a. Okay, now not anymore. Okay. Yeah, my stop was stupid. I should have put it here. There is another gap here. Let me just put it a little bit lower. Still within my margin. Let's see, reclaimed. Are you reclaimed or not? I'm still not sure. Let's see. You're working as a reclaimed. Oh, you are. Nice. You are. I don't know. I haven't got my account book. This is actually a nice trade. What time is it? 2:16. Oh, I have no positions on any account. Only my paper trade so far. For some reason, I can't open my account. I don't like this price action. I do think it's behaving like a reclaim for a value gap, so it's respecting the bullishness so far, but I don't know. I can see it disrespected as well at some point, but see if my stops is being respected. I should use this one. It makes more sense this whole area because also this one is bigger on the 1 minute and we still have this gap here that I want to see before it's the whole go. Oh, it's so cold here. God, I think I need to put on the heater. It can also easily come down, right? If you up here higher to go down. Yeah, 24 now. Hmm. Uh, yeah, it looks bearish, but I think we might want to retest something. We did. We have a change in state delivery to the downside. Market structure shift. If I'm reading it correctly. Let's see, so we had one there. We disrespected that one. Let's see if we disrespect this one. Shoot. Okay. This is the breaker. It did not go into. I don't trust it to be honest. So yeah. Just want to see how deep the retest might be because I see it wants to go down, but I also can see it go a little bit higher. Yeah. So see, it wants to have one more retest to the upside. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Let's see. I'm just sort of waiting for one more retest to the upside. And then let's see, it wants to go down now or 224. Hey Marath, how are you doing? Hey Dan. Hey Debra Spellier. Dan. I use trendline liquidity, but I don't use trendline now. Then you have to go to Tory Trades and pay $6,500 for a bullshit course. But I use trendline liquidity, obviously. But trend lines in general, not really, no. So, okay, so yeah, let me explain, because I know a lot of people are like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you bullish here? I'm bearish, but I'm also bullish. I just think there's one more retest before we can go down. So that's what I was waiting for with this in this area. I know a lot of people are being caught off guard here, going short. But I think there's one more retest to the upside before it's ready to go down. So that's why I marked out this trade, and I think this is a reclaimed fair value gap. This is the reclaim, so it's bouncing back and forth, and I'm just looking for one more retest. Now it might be, this is just a paper trade, guys. I wonder if my TP is too high, but I think the retest can be all the way up here. But let's see if I'm correct. 225. So I'm bearish, yes, but not yet for this move. I really want to see one more retest. And that's what I was aiming for with this trade. That's a bit tricky area. Sorry. Well, no, I'm just doing the paper trade here. I'm just looking for, I just don't think the move to the downside is ready to go yet. That's why I was framing this paper trade, right? I just think it's not ready to move yet. Now, I do see it go low, but I think it just needs a little bit more. Just a little bit more work to be done. I do believe this is a reclaimed fair value gap, so I'm only in yeah. So I didn't. I was very. My stop didn't get taken, but you see how low. This is something that I do with my paper trades. This is what I look at. Okay, I already lowered my stop. Remember, I was here. I lowered it, and still, it was very tricky. You know why I didn't get stopped out on TradingView? Because there was no body closure to it. So if it's only a wick, there's no body closure. But it was still a little bit too. I should have put it lower, because you see in these areas it should be below the. It's exactly, the price came exactly into my block, at the bottom of my block. So you always want to put your stop. If you have like, if you are defining a specific area and you've tested it and you know that's the area it could use, this is the area that I marked, and you see it went straight to it. So where should have my stop be? It's always below it. Yeah, it should be just below. And I put it just above it, which is something we should not do, because you know it could retest the whole area. So I've been lucky that I haven't been stopped out. Why? Because the wick only went through it. You can see it right over here. It's this wick. Boom. 222. And then it went back up. So that's why I'm not stopped out. But for me, that's how I journal now. Okay, my stop was a little bit too low. My stop should have been. Technically, you want it to be. It should have been below this fair value gap. Below the low in this case. But I just to the midpoint of this wick would have been fine as well. Yeah. So it is functioning as a reclaim, so that's good, even though it retested the whole area. Now let's see if my TP is, it's testing if my TP is good enough. Now who wants to go short here? Okie dokie. Now let's see. What can we expect? What can we expect here? Is this the high? Is this it? Are you done? Are you done? 2:30. It's 2:30. That's a nice time. Is this the high? You formed your high here? Is where I should get out? Or are you still running? No, I'm staying in. Let's see. Maybe my TP should go to this little imbalance. Let's see how many points that is. I still think this is going to be challenged. Oh, yeah, to auto block. Ooh, this is exactly 0.5. I really like this level. I should maybe just change that. Yeah, I think that makes more sense. I think this might be a little bit too high for now. Let me just change this because this matches exactly. 229. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's see, we get a nice rejection here or not, or it's just going to blast through it. Okay. Okay, I entered on one with 1 micro on my account here, and this is my trade. I'll do it like this. Let's see. It might not run before 250, but let's see if it's going to work. It's always tricky when you have a CB and a BISI, right? It's like, okay, which one is now stronger? Which one is the active one? So you know it's low. It's a little bit low probability, but I'm sticking to the reclaimed. I'm disregarding this one now for the time being, but I know it's there, so I have to be aware. Mm-hmm. Okay. Gonna wait till the macro for it to add some maybe. Okay, I still think we're not done yet here in this area before we move away. This we're chopping in this range. Nasty area. But I think it's a 4-hour candle. We took out, so the 10 o'clock took out the 6 o'clock liquidity. Now we are in either just going to hang out in this wick or we're going to take out this wick. But if we're going to reject here, that's all good. I mean, that's in this area. That's fine. It's just going to be, I'm not expecting a 4-hour expansion, so to speak. I'm just, it's okay if it wants to go into this little imbalance here. Low expectations. Let's go to the 1 hour here. Yeah. So it might form another wick here. So then we get a trend line. We call that trend line liquidity. So which is just setting up for a nice trade for a low resistance run in the future, right? So if you form a line here, that's the only way I use trend line, but just to see, okay, what my price do, for example, I'm just looking at, okay, where my price stop in the next week. So I think it's going to stop on my yellow line here. So this is my trade as well. That's where my trade is. So I think that might be the next wick, and then it might go back down again. So it's sort of like time distortion. I don't want to call this seek and destroy because it doesn't really take liquidity. Seek and destroy is that it creates liquidity, takes liquidity, takes. This is more time distortion. Just it's going in. It's just in a range going back and forth. So it's a little bit different, right? So we're still within. We're just hanging out within the Asia range. The Asia range. The Asia range is from here, high, low, and we're just literally around midnight. Always when you hang around midnight, you know it's going to be choppy. You have to break out of that area. So that's why I marked this reclaimed prayer. But I thought, okay, it's going to use this for value gap and just bounce off it back and forth until it breaks it. At some point, it will break it. So, but I think it will break it after it goes into here, or maybe a little bit higher. Maybe even retest its first presented fair value gap of yesterday. This was yesterday's 9:30 first presented. It hasn't been properly retested, I think, yet. So that could be, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I wouldn't. I like this area. I'm more bullish than bearish for now. For now. Okay. 241. Hey, Make Money Online, how are you doing? Hey, Mr. Chaos Factor, how are you doing? I'm doing great. I am doing great. We're just trying to survive in some chop, making some logic out of chop. So. Hey, Wax Graham, how are you doing? Everybody's slowly dripping in after a long weekend. Some of you I haven't seen for a longer time, I think. I'm not sure, but Make Money Online, I haven't seen you for a while. How have you been doing? Hey, Deborah, how are you doing? Yeah. Well, it's sort of like coldish here, a little bit rainy, so I don't like that too much, but I mean, I'm always like, okay, you know what? It doesn't matter the weather. I'm just going to stream and it makes me happy anyway. But I'm a little bit cold, to be honest. I have to get used to this colder weather. It's not that cold for you. If I tell you the temperature, you think that's not cold. But if you're used to warmer temperature, suddenly it's a drop. Your body needs to adjust. Especially here, we just always wear summer clothing, right? So, and the houses are built to stay cool. So you have to imagine if it drops 10, if it gets colder outside, the houses get colder like 1.5 times colder. So, and if you don't use heater, it gets really chilly. If I want to heat up, I have to go outside. Hey, Company Man Carl, how are you? Yes, I had a lovely weekend. I binge watched a lot of things, and I went to the beach and I met a few friends. Yeah, it was really nice. How about you guys? I always I don't want to get too long without the markets because it takes so much time to get, again, if you look into the markets and you haven't looked into trade in the charts for a couple of days. It's sort of like, because there's also like a structure that is a weekly, or if you miss a few days, it takes time to get really back into the flow. So I try to stay on top of that as well, because I am frustrated this because funding pips do not allow holding over a weekend till further. Oh, they used to? I didn't know that. Hey, listen, yeah, I mean, yeah, there's too much gap risk, I guess, nowadays, But I don't even like to keep my positions over. I just want to get in and out, preferably. I never hold. I don't even feel comfortable putting a position in and then leaving, which should be totally fine to do, but I don't know. But are you used to hold over the week over the weekend? Is it only over the weekend, or can you hold make money online? Are you allowed to hold over a weekday, so from Monday to Tuesday, or is it just over the weekend that's not allowed? We tap into the 4-hour FVG and also previously weekly POC. Yeah, in my opinion, it's just consolidating. We're just in a range. We're just creating highs and lows at the moment. So as you can see here, we're just creating. I think it might want to create another wick here. So that's why I'm anticipating this trade. I don't think it's using this as a reclaim for a value gap. So I think it's just going to bounce off a couple of times before it goes. So. Like, this price action is meant to take everybody out of their shorts all the time, because everybody's saying the same thing. Oh, it's a 4-hour for value gap. So I know a lot of people went short here already. They got taken out. Again, here they're taking shorts. They're taking out all the time. And I'm in a long. I said I'm long bias for a very short time, but I won't take a short until I see this area here mitigated. This is just an area of, you have to be very, very careful with I believe there's a short coming, but not yet. A weakest trading oil have happened. No, I don't. No, I don't agree with you at all, because it could also go easily the other way. Look, I'll give you an example with oil. I mean, Saudi Arabia has the east-west line open, and they're almost running on full capacity. They're already making a lot of changes that they don't need the Strait of Hormuz at some point. So over the weekend, there can be so many things happening. It can go your way, but it could also go the other way. So I don't agree. I would rather, especially with the world, anything can change and you have no control over that. So I don't like to, I want to trade with full 100% control. I don't want to have any, you say high probability, but I think it sounds more like a little bit of a gamble, to be honest. It doesn't sound, professional traders don't really do that, to be honest. If they really would like to have more control, unless they are really trend traders that they have very deep pockets and they don't mind, and they have they don't mind if they trade monthly, yearly swings sometimes, but that's not you, I guess, unless you're a multimillionaire. But no, I don't, and I think oil is a very, very high risk. It might be good now, but you'll be very sorry if you do that trade and it suddenly, I mean, it can end this way and it can just drop very, very quick. I'm not touching oil, to be honest. So I do not agree with you on that. No, I hate holding over the weekend. I don't do that. And you'll get burned a few times. Everybody who does it will get burned because you cannot control the gap risk. And it might work in your way one time, but it can also work very easily the other way around. And you also have to imagine if there's like a black swan event, it doesn't take your stop. It blasts through your stop. It just blasts through your stop. Your stop doesn't always protect you. So especially when there's high volatility. I mean, I think we all have. Well, make money online. I'm not that wise. It is all from experience and saying the same things like you did. I mean, oh my God, I don't want to miss anything. So it's all the mistakes that I've made, I can share out of experience. I cannot share anything that I haven't been through myself. But I don't know if there are people that are trading over the weekend, but most of them have very deep pockets. You really have to read. They're okay to take a risk, but you have to be aware that your stop doesn't always protect you, especially in high volatility. So, and then if you have a prop firm account, they say, well, that's what you signed up for. They protect themselves from those volatility moves. So you cannot claim your account back from a prop firm in those cases. So yeah, you have to be very careful. I would rather trade with just being fully in control, if that makes sense. I know a lot of people are going short all the time here, and I know a lot of people are getting burned in this area. So as long as my reclaim fair value gap is working, I'm bullish until I'm not. I see the bearishness, but I think it's coming from one more tap here, and then this one will start failing. Until now, it's still working. And yeah, I don't know. I think maybe we might even go even up here, but here we go. Oh, God bless you. Make money online. God bless us all. How have you been doing? I know make money online. Have you been only trading oil? Have you been trading anything else, by the way? Oh, hey, I see something, guys. I just noticed something. This is a suspension block. Right over here. Oh, hello, little birdie. Okay, macros time. I think I'm gonna bring my macro time. So for me, it's like, do we want to go higher into that fair value gap? I don't know. We could be. I don't think we're done to the upside yet. I think it wants to retest something before it really wants to go down. I'm not convinced of the move down yet, as you can see in my trading already. Now, am I really sure? Have I really very clear where? No, I don't, because it's hard to read. But I know for sure it's not ready to go down. That's the only thing I know for now. Why? Because this reclaim fair value gap that is still functioning as such, but at some point it will start failing. But the question is, what does it want to do? So we're just distorting, time distortion. And what does time distortion do? Create liquidity for a later move. Now we have trend line liquidity. We have two wicks here, but you can see it's doing the same thing on the lower time frame as well. You see here, it's doing exactly the same. So you can, if you can see this on the lower time frame here, I'm sort of like, I get confidence that I'm waiting for this move to maybe go here. Let's see. It's all fractal, right? It's all fractal. And this lines up with that 0.5 and also with the little gap that I marked here. So I'm sort of like trying to build some confluences, like, okay, what can I do? You see this little gap here in this suspension block. So now it might go all the way up here. And then it takes out this liquidity and goes further deeper into that 4-hour FVG, or 1 hour actually. It doesn't need to though. I think it's done. I don't think it wants to go higher. I think this is the high. The high is in. I think this is the max retest. Yeah. Okay, 2:56, almost London time. Let's see what London wants to do. I think maybe London might bring the price action down. Might be a fast trade though. I might wick into here and then boom, then take out all this liquidity. Let's see. So I think after 3 o'clock I'll turn bearish. Let's see. This has been a lot of journaling from me to understand this price action. Time for breakfast. Oh yeah, and then brushing your teeth, right? What's on the menu, Mr. Chaos, today? What are you having for breakfast? Oh, actually, I'm sort of fasting a little bit long, and I'm not fasting, but I'm trying to extend my morning breakfast. So I always have, my coffee with my collagen powder, and then I tend to get my yogurt with creatine. But because it's cold, I don't like yogurt when it's this weather. It sounds really weird, but but I've sort of started now to try to not have my breakfast. I'm ODing on avocados, by the way. But I haven't eaten yet. Just my coffee and the apple. That's it. But when you say food, I tend to get like, oh my god, I tend to get hungry. Or I feel like, oh my god, I also want to eat now. But yeah. But I want to eat something warm, then toast with something warm, I guess. Yeah, enjoy your breakfast. I'm also getting now, but yeah, don't make me think about food too much. Oh, come on now. Is this, why are you not moving? Is my price action, is it moving? Why are you not moving? The chart is just not moving. Almost 3 o'clock. I hope it's just going to spike up here and go in here, and then that's it. Let me just make this a little bit lower. I'm just going to do this here. It's going to be tagged in. And then I think it might give up the ghost, right? And go take out this liquidity here. Or it's, I don't know. Well, we'll see. There we go. Come on. Go. Go, go, go. Come on. Go, 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 go. See if my trade works. I'm going to make it now. I'm going to make my trade break even. I don't want to be in this trade anymore. Either it stops me out or not. I'll take a new trade. There we go. Boom. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh shit. Are you kidding me? Oh shit. I'm in my... I still have my trade on my other trade. Cool. Okay, I was already tagged out. It just doesn't take me for one tick. Are you kidding me? Okay, I see what I did wrong. Okay, here I should go short. You see here, I took it one here. Okay, it did exactly what I thought it would do. New York open, or London open. But I put my TP a little bit too high. It should have been, but it might go higher. You see, it created, right, it went into the trend line here. Now we have trend line. Now we're ready to go down. I think, let's see. I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer to be sure. I want more confirmation. But I think this is it. Yeah. I just don't trust it too much. Oh, are we gonna get expansion? Ooh, could be. Could be. We could go into this order block to the midpoint, which makes sense. Oh, okay, I see what you're doing. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I see what you're doing. Okay, it's not done yet to the upside. It's gonna go to the first presented of yesterday. Let's see. Previous day EQ. It's gonna blast. One, two, three, four, 5 times went to the 0.5 level between Asia low and Asia high. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th time that it tested. Down. I wonder if it wants to go down. I don't trust it too much. We gapped open on the hourly. Wow. Mm-hmm. No, I'm just using I was just using this as a reference, and there was a gap here, and it did not. It kept on hanging around here, and it wasn't ready to go down yet. I still don't think it's ready to go down. I still don't trust it, to be honest. I just think it's going to go into this wick and then go back and forth. But yeah, it's a lot of journaling and figuring out how this is just consolidation at the moment, and I got very, very frustrated with this price action. So what I do, then I start really journaling it and going into it and like, okay, what is price doing? So for me, it was like, okay, when market opens, we most likely, because we were heading towards 3 o'clock, right? And then market opens, I thought, okay, my idea was it would go into it and then really go down very fast, but it did not do that. Then I started counting here the 50, how many times did we go into 50% and not leave the range. So this is the only thing that I thought, okay, that is clear to me, but I still don't know. For me, it's not clear how high does it want to go. If it wants to go higher, does it want to go here before it goes down? Does it want to go maybe in the midpoint? Does it want to go dig deeper into the 4-hour FVG or the 1 hour? We've got a nice order block here, so it could go a little bit higher, which makes sense to here. So I'm very careful with my shorts. No, I'm not a fortune. No, it's just I'm not a fortune. No, it's just understanding understanding price action, understanding the algorithm, understanding time, understanding time. So for me, like I said, I put a question mark here. Is this going to function as a reclaimed fair value gap? Yes. It retests it, it goes back, and then it just keeps on using this one. So this is it's reclaiming this continuously until it does not. So until we keep reclaiming this, then I can build on that knowledge. Okay, if we're reclaiming this, what is price action going to do? I saw that we were creating liquidity, so I tried to figure out if it's going to be a trend line liquidity. What happens a lot during time distortion, that it's creating liquidity. And if you see a trend line, for example, 1, 2, you can sort of like, okay, what will happen if it's going to keep doing that? And I have a 0.5 line. It should be somewhere around here that matches with this volume imbalance. So I said, okay, when we hit 3 o'clock, I think we might go into this area and then we give up and then we might go down. But then it's still not going down. So I'm like now entering a short because I think it might still go higher again. So I'm still wondering now, okay, are you going to reclaim this fair value gap again? And then again go up, right? So I'm just waiting. I just need more data. Hey, reserve trader. Hey, I love my wife. It's a win trade. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely, I keep growing myself. Definitely, yes. It also takes time when you are streaming and your focus goes to streaming a little bit more, and when you do it longer, you are more focused. It becomes like a second nature to still do what you're doing and without being distracted. That's also a thing that I noticed a little bit, but yeah. But in all honesty, these areas of consolidation I actually have been studying because we were in this so much that I got so frustrated with it that I thought, okay, really, I need to figure out what's the logic I can understand. How can I frame consolidation and prepare myself for it without getting burned? Because I know a lot of people were going short here and want to go short. And I'm telling you, guys, it's not yet. Price is telling us we're not ready to go yet. So for me, the biggest win is understanding consolidation and time distortion. So I've been really working hard on that. Yeah. I just don't want to get burned anymore so much. I mean, I don't want to lose money on these things. I just want to have A+ setups and be understanding when to stay out of it or not, anticipating and just let it go. Okay, let's see. We're also still hanging around midnight, right? Midnight is here. I'm gonna look at my 9-minute. I still think you need to debrief why you collapsed the long from the reclaimed instead of trusting your analysis. No, it was just a short-term trade. It wasn't supposed to be a long-term trade because I don't want to be in chop. I don't want to be, I'm an expansion trader. I want to have, so for me, the long was up to here. It was only up to here. The logic was my long would go up to here and then we would go short because I'm still more bearish than bullish, to be honest, but I don't think the time is right that it's going to move. So the trade was up to here and I didn't catch my, so this is the thing with trading view. What happens, I'll tell you, my trade was here. You see there's only a wick going through it. That means it doesn't take me out on trading view, but technically I would have been tagged in or I would have been taken out, but on trading view, body needs to go through it. So my trade was up to here. I was supposed to be stopped. My TP should have been taken here. It took me out on. No, this was just my paper trade. I was on my account. My account was taken out. It was the same trade. The logic was I want to get out here because then we might go short. But it didn't tag me out, so I had to do it manually. That was it. So I was supposed to be out here. And then you see what happens, right? No, it was a 1 hour trade. because my TP, I was using my my reclaimed fair value gap, and my stop had to go below because but you see what happened. I saw it go down, and it didn't move in the way I wanted, so I didn't enter a short. The idea was to take this long and then enter short, but then the price action now is telling me to wait. Look, this is just don't get too much caught up in this area, because it's just the area of consolidation. You don't want actually to be too active in this area, to be honest. You'll see when we start heading out of it, you'll get much better price action. So don't get too hung up on this. Yes, for me, I'm just playing around. For me, it's just to see if my analysis is correct. I wouldn't advertise too much that this is a good trade of mine, but it's more like, okay, I'm reading it correctly, that what price is doing. But I would never, I'm not interested in trades that give me less than 50 points, to be honest. Okay. It's just for me to understand, okay, we're consolidating, we're just being in between a reclaim for value gap and this suspension block, and I'm just trying to read the price, and it's doing what I think it's doing, so that's good. But I'm not interested, actually trading wise, I'm not too interested in it. I'm just putting a trade on for me to journal. So these trades that I put on here are just, okay, what did it did this in the London Open. It hit the suspension block. And for me, it's more interesting to see, because we are between Asia high and Asia low for quite a while now. Like, what are the percentages that if we are near Asia low? I've seen a couple of times now. What interests me are these things, like, okay, we're here, Asia low, we are below 0.5, but yet I've seen more times now happen that we still went for Asia high. I don't know if you guys Reserve trader, I don't have FOMO. I don't think you understand what I'm doing here, to be honest. I don't think you are, you're so weird. It's not a reason for a trader to feel FOMO and close it. The trade was over and done with. What are you trying to, you're annoying now. You're trying to make something of something that wasn't the case, so, I think he's been annoyed a couple of times before. Even though when I explain, it's not the first time that it's a form of trolling, and I've noticed that a couple of times with him, so I'm done with that shit. Hey Iban, how are you? I lost my train of thought. What was I saying, guys? I was saying something. No, I lost my train of thought. Guys, help me out. I can't remember what I was saying, what I want to show you guys. Oh yeah, yeah. So what I'm looking at, well, reserve trader is not paying attention anyway. So for me, what's more interesting now, what I find fascinating, and I noticed, and I was wondering if you guys noticed that too. So we are below 50%. That's the midpoint between the two, Asia high, Asia low, right? This 50%. But I have noticed that sometimes, while I was journaling, that even though we are hanging in this area, it still took out the high, Asia high first, and not the Asia low. So that's the reason that I was first interested in to take a short from here, but then price action is not behaving the way you see here, how it's here. If you see this area here, how it sort of like keeps on respecting this one. So I'm just not ready to take a short yet. Yeah, it's something that I noticed like a couple of weeks ago. So I'm sort of like also monitoring that and trying to see like, okay, even though, because you would think, okay, the bodies are staying below the 0.5. So one would think, okay, you know, we are going to go for the Asia low first. But a couple of times that I was joining it, it just at some point just went up and then went for the Asia high first, and then left this one for a news event, for example. I can't remember what day it was, but it happened a couple of times. So it's sort of like, So I'm a little bit like, have you guys noticed that too? Those who journal. For those who journal, most people don't journal. It's true. So I'm still not convinced of a short at the moment. Also, why? The bodies are staying above this level here now. Now it doesn't mean shit, because it can still easily go down, but yeah, I know the ICT Venom model. I don't just trade it, but yeah, is it the daily 27 to 31? Let's have a look. But I think we have Venom here. Oh no, we don't. We had a Venom, was it last week somewhere? I was asking about it and the chat knew. I said, isn't this Venom? Because I don't trade it as much, but I do recognize it. I will have a look. Yeah, nothing to trade here, guys. It's just still consolidate. I guess maybe to 8, up to 8 p.m. So I guess it's low probability. Yeah, I do have a live account, but I'm not trading it right now. It's low probability for me, this. I don't like it. I want expansion. If it's not clear or expand, I don't touch my funded or my live accounts. And I tend to trade, my first few trades in London are always paper trades. I like that. Daily. Let's go to the daily. You said it's Venom. Yeah, I think this is called Venom, right? If you have a structure like this, two fangs, and then the retest is the Venom here. This is the Venom. ICT has a few examples that go through X, but this is literally the two fangs here into a high time frame PD array, which I marked already here, and then here. That's also a reason why I'm not so bearish, because I think, you know, I still think this monthly is still in play. This area here, it's volume imbalance. So we could go lower into the wick. I do have a level here that I like, 570, 23, 5. If we go lower, I can see us go all the way up to here, maybe even here, for 427-ish, 440. You know, it's all the same. You know, when you start looking at the levels and you have similar things you look at, you all have the same levels that, you know what's important, and you start looking at the same things. Right? I really want to see failure of this area here before I get long bias, but short bias, I mean. But yeah, I have short buy. I have a 4477 I like. But I'm just not too eager to play around with this price action. It's just sort of like, I'm not too crazy about it. We just keep on hitting this reclaim for the best reclaim for value are the ones that tap it and they move away from it. Those are the best. And then you have like a nice movement to the upside. This is just hanging around. So there's no long for me at the moment. I mean, I'm not interested in a long. Why? Because this structure looks bearish to me, but now we're hanging around in this reclaim for a value gap. So I'm just not sure what price wants to do at this moment. That's the truth. I just don't have any for this around when 3 o'clock opened. I thought, okay, well, we still have this little imbalance, so I can see that happening. But now I'm like, yeah, it could fill or it could blast through. So for me, it's like now almost a coin toss. I can't frame any logic around it at this moment. So my limitations are hit. I do see a short. I mean, I was short bias, but I thought we might go from here, but we're not, right? We're not yet going. So let's see. We'll get it clear. We'll get some clarity at some point. Yeah, there's nothing to trade here. I mean, even this trade, this wasn't really supposed. This was just me playing around. You get that, right? I mean, this is not just. There's no interesting. Mm, So for me, really, before I want to go short, it really needs to start disrespecting this area. Then I might start considering short. Until then, I don't know. I think it's just a matter of time. We also have, let's see. Oh, there is news, but yeah, it's the 8 o'clock. I just have to deal with that 8 o'clock, it's 8 p.m., right? Did anything happen already? Maybe I was hoping that maybe they would do something in advance or to surprise. Let me check. I don't think anything happened, right? No, there's nothing. Hello, my kitty cat. You're all wet. Are you all wet? Oh boy, oh boy. I don't know how long I'm going to can look at this price section without being annoyed at some point. So it's 3:30. Now there is a good thing about accumulation, right? Now the good thing about accumulation. Now let's try to identify what if there's going to be manipulation, what it can do. Now one can argue here, if we look at the higher time frame, let's try to find a breaker. So that was my idea first. I was first, okay, we have a change in the state of delivery here. So this was on Monday. I'm going to use this one. We have a high, we have a sweep in higher time. I don't have to check that. Okay, here we go to it, and here we are retesting it. Now let's. Okay, now let's just for example's sake say this is the breaker. We consider this a breaker. Why? You have a low, a high, low, high, high. Here we take out the weekly, a higher time frame PD rate. All right. Then we have some consolidation, which is possible. It doesn't happen a lot like this, but whatever. And we go a little bit higher, but we don't break another high, so this is still the valid breaker. We're still going high. And then here we have the displacement. So this activates this breaker. Now we already we swept it mildly here, mildly, but we can go much higher retesting this whole area and still be bearish. So in this scenario, let's go to the 1 hour. Maybe let's go a little bit higher to make it clearer. Yeah, I like it still. It's a little bit difficult because of this, but I still want to use this area. Let me just use the bodies in this scenario. No, I'm going to use the wicks. This is actually a really, really good example. I'm going to show you why. So you have a low, high. I'm going to use the wicks. I always use the wicks. It's just, for me, it gives more clarity. I'm going to make it blue. Let me switch over here. I'll give you a lesson in breakers. Okay. Bearish breaker. You have a low, high, a high, low, a higher high. And the higher high is supposed to be a sweep in a higher time frame PD array. Now, I don't have to check that because we also have weekly SMT, so we definitely hit a higher time frame PD array right over here. Now, we went back into the range, but we never activated the breaker here. Here, on the 1 hour, you see price is just going back and forth, but doesn't activate it. That means you have a body closure below the breaker. It's just a wick. So this breaker is still not activated. So this is all time distortion again. Here, with this move here on this Asia, we activated the breaker. Now, for those who only think, oh, there's a 4-hour FVG, we're done. No, the retest of the breaker could go all the way to the midpoint, and you're still bearish. I'm still bearish, even though that's what I'm saying. I'm still bullish, but I'm bearish. I'm bearish for the time being. But this, I think this breaker is going to be retested a little bit more. So I don't think this is enough. This little tap into here, and you can see it's just creating liquidity. It could go up and down, up, and maybe into this wick. Look, and it makes sense. Look how beautiful this wick here is. Maybe the midpoint of the breaker might be the 50%. Oh, here you go, guys. Well, I'm not a fortune teller, but this is algorithmic. How clean is this? So this wick is 50% of the breaker. You see that? You see that, guys? So accompaniment call, that I think that answers your question. This is a 1-hour break. It's very hard to see sometimes the breaker because there's a lot of, especially in time distortion and when there's a lot of price action. So you have to go higher until you see it. So I found my 1-hour breaker, and then I see this wick, and then that matches exactly with 50% of the. And I'm keep on saying, guys, I don't think price is ready to go down. And I'm like, why? And then I'm like, yeah, I think we need more retests. So just in this fair value gap is not enough for me. So I wouldn't be surprised that we go back up into this retest of the breaker and then go down. Let's see if that retest matches with some other area, because I've been saying as well, I've been marking. So that's what I keep on saying. Now I understand why maybe Asia High is going to be attacked first. Does anyone understand this? Well, this is actually a little bit advanced. I do this with my students. I hammer the breaker into their. I mean, it's just so important. So this tells me that we're not ready. I think we're going to get more retests, and we're still being bearish and respecting the bearish breaker, the higher time frame breaker. But this tells me a lot that this wick 50% is exactly also 50% of the breaker. So I'm not bearish at all at this moment. I think it's just all tricky. People are going to be tricked into a sell. I want to see more retest. I want to see a retest. And I think Asia High is going to be taken first, to be honest. Now, hold on. No, I don't think that. I don't think that. I think we might just go into this wick a little bit higher and then go down. I think they might lose this one. So once I know this and I see only this here, I'm just not too convinced of the move to the downside. Accompaniment call, does that make sense? So on the 4-hour, also, you know, me as a distribution trader, look at the 4-hour now. It's a doji. Well, that makes sense. We're just going back and forth. So I look at the 4-hour. The only thing that confuses me a little bit is if I want to be bearish, this order, well, it's a little bit tricky anyway. I'm going to stick to my breaker. Yeah. Yeah, I like this area. 331, 330. Another 100 points to the upside. But this is a little bit difficult to. You have to be really be. I don't know how many people are using the breaker, but a lot of people will use this as a breaker, which I don't think is correct. It's still correct in the sense of you have a high, low, but then again, it doesn't go into a higher time frame period. Well, one could argue, yeah, this is a fair value gap on the lower time frame, but it's not. You want to find the objective of where does the breaker. The breaker is somewhere where that is formed before price action is ready when it met its objective. Here is an objective that has been met. So it's done its job, it's ready to go down. It goes back into consolidation, but here it's really done. You can see it sweeps. And if we look on the higher time frame, it will be a significant level here. Go on the 4 hour. See, it takes out these highs here. But hey, sometimes they fail, and we could be in for a new breaker. So for example, what could happen. So if I mark, oh, this is actually a very interesting point, guys. This is actually really interesting because what could happen? This is not really the structure that I like. So what a possibility is, if we go up here, for example, and I see it goes higher, then I already know maybe we're going to form a new. Then this we might have a new breaker that's going to be formed. For example, these two candles. If we create a higher high, maybe into this blue box, this is maybe just a fake. We are going down, we're going to retest this, but sometimes they don't work, right? Sometimes also, even though all the rules, you apply all the rules and timing, blah, 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 it's 80%, 70% of the time. For example, if we start going up and we go higher than this level here, then I might be, you know what, then we might go for Asia high, and then we might form another high here, and then we will have a new bearish breaker at some point. So then this one is invalidated. The moment we are above it, it will be invalidated. So that could be a possibility as well. So yeah, I'm definitely not. I still I like the short, but I also like the long. So, but definitely retest maybe to midpoint here, and then we'll see. But like I said in my journaling, listen, I've seen many times we didn't take Asia low, we left it, even though we were very close. And we seem not to want to go lower, right? Yeah. I'm more interested in a long again, to be honest. I think price is telling me, look, talking about some lower time frame breakers. Maybe this is a future breaker. Let's see. I do see structure here now. I like. I might trade it to the upside. Ooh. Yep. I don't like the time yet, but this is a paper trade only. Yeah, this is my trade. But you know what? I'm just going to do it to here. I'm going to wait till the macro to enter on my account, but I like it so far. Nothing is telling me it's bearish, guys. Nothing at this moment, really. In all honesty, I don't see any bearishness for the time being. Even though I want to go down, but I think we need another retest. We are above 3 o'clock now. Three 46. Let's see. That might get a little bit. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, I'm going to do one more macro and then I'm getting a little bit, I don't want to say the word hungry, but my belly is starting to make some noise here. Let's see if this works out or not. It is going to fail. It's sort of, I can go both ways to be honest, but I do think it wants to have a little bit more of a retest. I think they're trying to fool everyone to go short. I think that's what they're trying to do. Okay, macro, almost 4 o'clock. Pum, 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 pum. 51. Three o'clock. Tagged. I do want to see it go above 3 o'clock, to be honest. Hmm. I see a flat bottom here, so I might be stopped out here. You see here? Might be a wick. Why is my chart not moving? It just gave this the wick and now it's ready to go up. Are you kidding me? Okay. Wow. Okay, let's see it now ready to rock and roll. Seems like price action is getting worse than. Something wrong with my chart, or is this really the price action? I feel like something is wrong, but okay, now I'm stopped out. Oh, still not. Now I am stopped out. It did not stop me out, but I should be stopped out. Now, I would never enter a short when I see they do this, to be honest. I'm still not they didn't stop me out, but that's a mistake. I should be stopped out, but I'm still interested more in a long than in a short. Let me go to the 5 minute. This is technically the whole break area. It's a very low probability area, guys. I mean, I think I'm done. I just want to. I'll wait 10 more minutes, but look, so we have a CB here, and just bouncing back and forth in it on the 9 minute. We have a reclaimed fair value. It just keeps on using this as well. So it's just literally stuck in this range here, which makes sense, right? If you look at the 9 minute. Bullish, bearish, so it's just going back and forth into this range. But yeah, I think it'll break out to the upside first. That's just what I think, but I could be totally wrong. And then I like it when it goes down, but I would like to really that it goes up here. Yeah. I should have been stopped out on this trade, but it didn't do. It's a paper trade, but it didn't do it. See that? Because it went lower here. What happened? Why didn't I thought I was stopped out here? Didn't it go lower here? Am I confused now? I thought it went lower. 320. No. Well, anyway. I think 10 past 4 we might get a run. Let's see. Maybe it starts running now, but I'm still bullish for this run only. Yeah, I'm still in 1 micro. I think I'm gonna add. Let me see. 358. Is that wise to do? Yeah, this is my level. Yeah, 227. 302. That's safe, but I think it might go here. 330. But this is a safe level. 227. Yeah. Also be aware they left this gap here, so I wouldn't be surprised we go one more down and then go up. It's so annoying. Okay, 4 o'clock. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see if it wants to run now or is it going to do after 4. 50 points. There we go. Higher. Okay, taking one off. Okay, let's go. Go, go, go. We might have rejection here at the orange line. I'm taking another one off there. There we go. Taking another one off. There we go. Boom. Beautiful. Who managed to catch that one with me? Yeah, I don't need cumulative delta, Mr. Chaos Factor. That's the point. Price action is telling you everything. Hey, who took a W? Well done. Okay. Now, missed. Boom, boom, boom. Yay! Where did you enter, Mr. Chaos? Where did you said it a while back already, I think, right? Did you enter when you said cumulative delta? I have no idea what cumulative delta tells you. I've heard it before, but I never used it. But it's a nice conference, I have to get. It's a nice conference to have, I guess. That's what I want to say. So after such a long time of consolidation, the 350 to 410 macro provides. But if we had more consolidation, then after 4 o'clock, sometimes it starts running. But we had a nice move now. Damn, that was nice, right? Wasn't it? But we still haven't hit Asia high. But you know what? I've said it, guys. In my journaling, I was looking at this whole range and I'm like, okay, we're above, below 50%. And so many times I was like, yeah, but many times we are below 50% here and here. And a lot of people are like, okay, now I'm going short because we're so close to the Asia low and we are in that fair value gap, right? Christy, you did boom, boom, boom. You brought my funded bank back. Thank you. Well, okay. Well, I hope it was more informative than just I know you guys are not for a signal service here. I know that because that's not how this. But I hope you guys, if I manage to share my thought process a little bit and my doubt of the short. Happy to hear, guys. I'm really happy to see that that it worked out. Damn, that was a nice trade. Yeah, Jay, you I think you were focused on that 5-minute SMT, right? Yeah. So yeah, I never use 5-minute SMT that's for one. I only use 15 minutes. So but I do tend to miss some things on that. I must be honest. But then again, the higher time frame was telling me it started with this reclaimed fair value gap. That's number one. The reclaimed. That's this one. Because at some point you need something, and also why I was bullish. I always mark these levels. I don't know if you guys notice why I marked this. We never went below the level that has formed within this macro. This macro is holy to me. This is my holy macro for London session. So also when I noticed that this reclaimed this fair value gap, when we created this price action, we created another gap here and we kept on creating imbalances. I don't know if you guys noticed. Every time there was an imbalance, I said, okay, I'm not ready to go short here because we left an imbalance somewhere else on the higher. But this was also when I saw that we printed this price action, but we didn't go lower than this reclaimed, and we kept here at 222. We formed a low. Then at 323. Hey, look at this. Talking about time, guys. 222, 323. 355. Wow, that was just a beautiful run. Wow, that was just beautiful. That made it worth waiting, right? I mean, I'm happy with this trade. I'm really happy. I'm happy to see that so many people did well. But I would be more happy if people say, hey, listen, I really found because I really worked, guys, I'm sharing a lot of journaling here with you guys. This has been a lot of studying for me. I've shared a lot of gems actually with you guys, to be honest. It took a lot of hours of work here, but I like doing it. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of people would have gone short here, here and here a couple of times. But anyway, we did not. We did well, and we had patience. We did not get. I did get impatient a few times. But anyway. Okay, guys. Yeah, I just wonder if it's. I guess this is for me a little bit I don't have more logic now in the sense of. The only thing that I can add in this scenario is, okay, it hit this level, but this is higher time frame. The bodies are below the 50%, so it could go down from here. The short might be in play now, but like I said, if we start to go higher above this line, we might create a new breaker at some point, a bearish breaker, so it might go higher and then disrespect this area and then just go higher again. But we are retesting now the first presented, and we've got Asia high here. And I said to you a few times, I said, listen, I've seen it a couple of times. We are here. We are lower than 50%, but it still takes Asia high first. And it might do it again. It was nice. Nice run. I'm happy with it. Okay, guys, I'm going to ask right now. This deserves a little like, right? This beautiful trade. And we were all patient. I think we did really, really well. We can be proud of ourselves. Yes. Well done. And if not, I think it's an informative, I do think it's an informative session. So we have value two ways. Informative, which is the most important thing I want to do with this channel, and second, some winning trades. There we go. Well, let's see. Okay, macro's done. Does anyone have any questions about the build up and the setup and the area here where it might be? Is there any questions about this area where the reclaim fair value gap breaker structure, looking at the higher time frame breaker retest here? Is everything clear? Does that make sense? See, Kennedy, I've been trading 6 years, but 3 years ICT. Yeah. But this was not an easy. This was not an easy area. I mean, I must be honest. I kept looking, and it was not very. It became clearer and clearer the longer the accumulation lasted. And yeah. I wonder how I should name this in this session. Oh. Priya, are you here? My student. I don't think so. I think she's working right now. But this is a nice session for the breaker to use and for studying. So you also have to be aware, guys, if you use the higher time frame, if you look at a level like this, like I marked the 0.5 level, now we hit it, but look on the higher time frame, you have to wait until the body, like if we're going to respect this, right, you want to see the body stay close, but because this is the hourly, you have to wait on the hour. So in this case, it's at 5 o'clock. You want to see a body closure. But if at 5 o'clock we already going higher, you know, okay, you know what, we're going to go higher. But you have to be aware that it's the higher time frame. So you can have a body above it, and then at some point it might go down and close below it, and then it still respects this level, right? Because the wicks, it's just a wick, then it's forming. So the higher the time frame, sometimes you have to be aware, like, oh my god, you know, sometimes I make a mistake with that as well when I'm in price action, or I'm just, oh, I see something happening, but it's higher time frame. And for example, I want to see a IFUG form. Let's say, for example, here, oh, this is a good example. Let's say we are waiting for this oh my god, we've got an IFUG now. Yes, you could think, oh, it's IFUG, I'm going to go long because we have formed it. But you have to be careful because, you know, now you see that the body is going, but it could still slam down and have the closure below it, and then it's still not an activated IFUG, right? So that's the thing with the higher time frame. You also have to be aware. I made mistakes with that in the past. I'm like, oh my god, it's formed, and then my trading setup failed because it was higher time frame and it was sort of like just only going up to go down again, and then it did not form an IFVG on that time frame. So that's how you have to be aware when you use higher time frame analysis as well in your, if you adapt that in your trading. So then that's why you see me scroll through it to see, okay, 15-minute is almost done. I want to see, for example, if the 15-minute closes above this, I'm like, okay, you know what? Then I'm interested. I want to see a retest of this very quickly. So then I know, okay, we've got an IFED in the 15. I quickly go down a lower time frame. Yeah, I've heard of him, Rocket Scooter. What's up with him? I've heard some bad things about him as well. Like he's been a little bit scammy in the past, but I don't know. I don't know about him. I've heard of him, but I have not really watched his. So, C. Kennedy, what's up with him? Is it someone I should have a look into? Do we trade similarly? Maybe, I don't know. But look, it looks very bullish now, right, guys? You can see that we are now. I think we are really. It looks like we're going to go higher, to be honest, but I think we're going to go take Asia high. Like I said, my journaling, when you journal, no, he trade different. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. I keep New York sessions more for myself and for my students. I just, I used to do New York as well, but now I just decided that I wanted to focus a little bit more on the mentorship a little bit, and New York session is my own trading a little bit, and some with the students that I have. Because I love to tape read and I can do it all day. So I used to do it. It was just so much time. But yeah, and also price action has been a little bit weird. But so at this moment, no New York. Yesterday I did a New York session because it was still Easter in many countries, and we didn't do a London session because of Easter and London closed and stuff like that. But yeah, at this moment, no New York session. It's only YouTube session, only London. But I like the London session. It gives me so much. It gives me a lot of intel, and I just love trading it as well. And I think price. You just have to wait a little bit longer, but it still provides. This one really provided, and I think it can still provide. But for me, this is the trade, and I'm happy with this for now. I think we shouldn't be too greedy on a day like this, right? With oh, Zartrade, happy to hear that. Yeah, I think that, and for me, I'm just more happy to hear that you learned something, and if you had a winning trade from it, that's even better. But that's actually the less important stuff. I think this is for me the value. Just going over the why it wasn't a short all the time. Why it wasn't a short. Because I'm sure a lot of people wanted to go short all the time. From here, starting here at 3 o'clock here and seeing this, oh my God, we are rejecting here. This is now resistance, blah, blah, blah. But yeah. So, Mural, are you on buy? You just missed the best buy that we had, Mural. We had an awesome buy. We had this whole run, literally. We waited for this we waited from this till 2 o'clock. You haven't seen us being patient and seeing this run finally happen after 2 hours. You missed that, I guess. So we were bullish I was bullish all the time, but it did not play. I was stopped out a couple of times, but it worked out finally. It was a nice trade. How many points in total? We were, this was the breaker here I used. Well, for me, it was up to here, but it went higher. I actually, to be honest, I had a runner, and I didn't even put my and I just market ordered out somewhere here. So that one runner has 90 points. So I think, oh yeah, I took one off here. 32 points. I said the orange line will have a reaction. Then my TP was here, and then I had one runner without TP. Then I just market ordered out of it, and that was somewhere here. Yeah. Nice. We're done. I'm done I think it's still going up, to be honest, until Asia high. I think we have, but be careful here. You got daily open here as well. So it's not going to go straight for Asia highs. It has a little stop here most likely. So yeah. Any more questions, guys? Well, yeah, feel free to, if you have any questions, you know where to find me in the Discord. Are you more with the war? Oh, actually, I think I'm more bullish than bearish, to be honest. Listen, I do want to address something. I'm so fed up with these. including ICT, to be honest. I love ICT for his concept, but I'm so fed up with his fear mongering and how he is portraying what's going on. Yes, there will be short-term pain, but so far the market hasn't been doing really that bad. And also, you know, we're always in accumulation phase between January and May or March, and he always used to say, "Oh, I don't vote because they're only puppets." Every president now, the president is doing something, and now the president is a problem. So he's full of shit. And sorry, and he also is talking about the bomb falling, and oh, but don't worry, it won't hurt you. And there's really a people, I can see it on X happening. There are really a lot of people. Oh my god, but I've just been studying, and he really, and then oh, yeah, don't bother me with any fear. And I'm like, you're just literally telling people that the bomb might fall and that you don't feel anything. And then you have someone, then they start announcing Project 2030, which is actually bullshit. That is not what the current president is busy with. He doesn't care about 2030. It's just a bunch of fear-mongering people that are really trying to, and then they always have the solution for you. They're selling a course. I won't say a name, but there is one person who's doing really, really well, and I used to respect him a lot, and he's presenting himself as some kind of prophet now, and then, oh, look what's happening. Look, guys, you know what I think is going to happen? I think it's going to be very short-lived, this whole war. There's going to be 90 million people going to be freed from an evil regime that is holding the whole Middle East in a horrible way. But they're already working on ways to not only have to use the Strait of Hormuz, but that's not the most important. The Strait of Hormuz will be open very soon. I'm not worried about that at all. But even though there will be some red folder news, they use that to take the market down. But look what happened already. Look where we were here. We're here. This is a yearly high. Where are we? Just let's do an OTP level. Just like, let's say there's no war. There is no war, and we have this price action. Let's do this. Let's just create this whole. When did we create this one? There was no war in April. Okay. Let's just have a look here. This is a fair value gap that we created in June 25. Now, why would this fair value gap be created? Also near a swing high. This is totally a normal area to be mitigated, in all honesty. I mean, I wouldn't be worried at all, even if we would go here and then we blast off again. So I wouldn't even be worried at all if we take it lower a little bit into this fair value gap and then blast off, which is totally healthy, right? I mean, I would get worried when we start going into this wick, though. That would be my worry. But if we go all the way up here, I wouldn't be worried at all. I would like to see that, in all honesty. So yeah, bring it down a couple of thousand points. I don't mind if that happens. So I'm not. Yeah, I think it's going to be extremely bullish after. I think I would love to see it go. Let some red folder news. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to do that. Everybody's going to be panicking. Oh my god, look at this, it's so bad. Why do you think they created this fair value gap? Yeah. And even if we would go into here, I mean, it's still, for me, still fine to go into that. Yeah, I'm not worried at all. Yes, if a nuclear bomb drops, yeah, I mean, then we should be worried. But ICT said something. He was implying that Trump, oh my God, he is the guy that has the power over the red button. I mean, just implying that man is going to use a nuclear bomb is just so, it's so low. I mean, it's just really ridiculous. It is just ridiculous. It's utterly I don't know. It is just, it is disgusting, to be honest. It is just disgusting. He's really busy freeing a 90 million people out of a horrible, from an evil regime that have bullied a whole area that has been causing so much chaos. And I think once this is over, there's going to be a lot of prosperity, especially in that area. I mean, there's not going to be I don't think there's going to be a nuclear bomb falling anytime soon. That's my, but if it is, we're all dead. Who cares, right? I mean, and I don't want to live in fear anyway, but it's just the implication that that's something that he is going to do is just really absolutely disgusting. And I think he's using some of he's got a great following, but I think he's using it in the wrong way now. I used to love ICT, don't get me wrong. I still love his concepts, but what he's doing right now, the fear mongering, the implications, and there's people that are really, they look up to him as almost as a prophet, and it's disgusting. He shouldn't be doing that. But anyway, so I'm bullish, but I'm still, I don't mind if we go a little bit lower. But do you see, it doesn't really, I mean, would you guys mind if we balance out this imbalance here? I wouldn't, I mean, it looks healthy, right? Let's go into a little bit lower, take out this, but I don't know, it doesn't even have to do it. But yeah, I'm not worried at all if that happens. And also, it's manipulated, but now according to him, it's manipulated by a president. And at first he says, no, I don't vote because the presidents are just puppets. There are other people that manage it. Now the president is the one who's doing all the evil. Now the president is doing all the evil stuff. Yeah, I do think they're bringing it higher today to bring it lower if there's a news event, but just to sort of like making it like a large move down, which doesn't really impact a lot. Even though it might, let's say there is they use the fear mongering and they know that people are doing that. They use this to bring it down to here. So that's 2,000 points lower. Well, we've had days that we've gone up 1,000 points. It takes a week to take it back up. It's okay. I don't mind if that happens. Yeah, so I would just watch this area here. I would get worried if we really get lower than here. Then I would like, okay, now I'm getting worried. But up to here, I'm not worried at all. So. But see, Kennedy, I would just be, I just play it day by day, and I look at what it does. I play the 4-hour mainly. I'm very much focused on 4-hour Power of 3 AMD. So I always look like, okay, now this 4 hours a little bit. So I was also looking here. Here, 10 o'clock, we went into this wick, so that's why I was also a little bit more bullish than bearish. The only thing was that we could start rejecting from here, but we did have an expansion, but the expansion was late. It was late to the game. But you want to watch if we start going over this one here. This was actually the liquidity that I was looking for yesterday, by the way. We didn't take it here. Now we might take it. Yeah. You want to see if there's a body closure above this, then we get really bullish, right? Because then we have inverted this one on the 4 hour. You want to keep an eye on that. So this level, 4 hour inversion, well, if we are inverting that one, you want to be bullish. Be careful. I have personal accounts, but I haven't. I'm just not trading them as much as I used to. I have evals with Funded Next, and I'm actually affiliated with Edge Clear. That's my personal account. I've got a link in the description. I see that it's off my. Oops. Uh-oh. I should have it on my screen because actually they pay me for that. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm a very bad promoter. I think they don't want me as because I don't really talk. I'm supposed to talk about it every time, but I only answer questions about it when I see it. So I have a personal account with EdgeClear, and I do trade prop firms. The only prop firm that I trade now is with Funded Next. That's it. Yes. So, can you explain the gap? I don't trade ICT. What gap are you talking about? Because there are many gaps with ICT that we trade. The overnight gap, the fair value gap. Everything is a gap. Wicks are gaps. So, C. Kennedy, did I mention a specific gap that you want me to go over? Because it's too much to go over all the gaps, because that's like a whole. It's like a whole, I guess almost a mentorship, I guess. But did I mention a specific gap that you want me to share? Oh, we took Asia high. Yeah, I already saw. Okay, so I guess then again I can journal this. I said it here already, right? Remember, I said, I saw it a couple of times that we're so close. And then we go for Asia high, and again we did it. We just did that. Oh, the monthly gap. I gotcha. Yes, so that's a volume imbalance actually. That's a easy one. Let me go over it. Let me just take off these to make it. So the monthly here. So you see here, right? This is the monthly time frame. Now you see there's no candles. There's just wicks in this. So you call this a gap. It means there's lack of, well, actually it means there is just a wick is just a bunch of imbalances. The market does only two things. It seeks liquidity and balance out imbalances. So this area is a monthly imbalance, which needs to be traded back into and needs to be sorted out. It means this needs buy side and sell side at some point. Now, a wick does mean it has buy side and sell side on, because a wick is you have an open, a high, a low, and a close. So this went down. This was sell side, and then sell side, buy side, and this is the opposite direction. But it's still an imbalance because a wick are imbalances, which needs to be balanced out. Now, if you go to the weekly, just watch the. So this is the monthly gap. I always said on the weekly, we have to go back here. There is business to do here because it's imbalanced here. This is not balanced. So I do believe that right now it looks to me that we are going higher to at least give this some buy side before we might head up before 8 o'clock p.m. maybe. Let's see. But we'll definitely I think we're on our way to balance out this area. Maybe just for a little bit. It might not do it all the way, but go back and forth and maybe go into this area and go back and forth for a while. But yeah, so this is definitely a draw on liquidity. If you see a gap like that, especially on the monthly, now we are 7th of April, so we're still in the beginning of the month. So yeah, but on the weekly as well, I mean, I actually said yesterday, this is my weekly objective for this week. At least to go close to it. But we might reject here already with some. We'll see. But now with this price action, I don't know. Might get closer. So especially when you guys want to be aware, if the body closes the 4 hour, so that's at 6 o'clock, if this is a inversion, I am bullish also for a New York session, if that makes sense, right? So you want to see if we are above the 4 hour open, and then we have a 4 hour inversion. Those are pretty strong. You can count on those to hold. We could retest it though, but a 4 hour inversion obviously has more value than a 15-minute and a 1 hour, right? So we like 4 hour inversion. Yes, we do. We like them. So, and we already have a 15-minute inversion, but obviously a 15-minute inversion, here we go, but with a fair value gap. So that could be retested, and that could be a 4 hour retest. So you just want to keep an eye on that. So, well, thank you guys. That was a fun session, even though price action was slow. I think it was still a nice session. So, yes, I'm going to eat something now. Now I'm very hungry, and thank you guys for hanging out with me. And just, for me, it's just also just fun to talk about it and just, hang out with you guys and share some back and forth knowledge. Did we have a silver bullet, by the way? I don't think so. We still, actually, we did. No, not really. Between 3 and 4, there was nothing. This one also did not go into here. No, it's okay. Okay, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow back in London, and or in the Discord later on. Yeah, nothing else to add. Only besides that, I'm going to eat. Stay safe. Be aware of the 8 o'clock Trump news, the ultimatum. There might be something happening already earlier today. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I think I'm bullish. I think this gap is in play, but maybe not. We'll see. Ciao, ciao, guys. No, I don't do. No, that was just an exception to the rule, Mr. Chaos. But maybe if I feel like it, I might do it. I don't know. Maybe in the PM session. No, we've got the news at 8 p.m. So I don't think it's going to be wise to do too much. It's more of a waiting game, I guess. We'll see. No New York. I'm going to work on some things for the mentorship. I think I like doing that. So yeah, I want to get that aside for that little area or for that little group of people. So okay, ciao, ciao, bye. I see you tomorrow. Bye bye.